For the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you 2 or 3 charts that show you how mathematical relationships help stock traders determine directions and lengths of price movement. This is one that we call a Fibonacci extension, and when the stock dropped here, you can see that after we hit this high, one might wonder, well, where is coming down? Where is it going to come to? So let's retrace this here from there, and the stock is going to pull back to 100% here and bounce. You can place buy orders here with a stop just below it if you're wrong. So it came down here, and then it went up here. Let's take this drop and let's now reflect it off here. Where is it going to go this time when it goes down? It's going to come right down to 72.61. It came close, touched it a second time, and then took off. I felt very confident after having come close to that 100%, coming up and coming back down and testing it, that it was a safe place to buy because we had repeated these patterns twice. Let's look at those again. This pattern repeats here very well. Let's just stick with this pattern again. Is it going to happen a third time? It's happened once. Can it happen again? Bingo. Whoops. Stick right there. This was its high right here at the top of that red candle. Bingo. There it is. So this length equals this length equals this length. Symmetry. We look for symmetry and for repeating patterns. Why I thought this price drop was important and that the price was going to move up from there. And where did I find that relationship? Well, I drew what's called a trend line between these points. And then I asked the software just to extend that trend line to the right, and look, the price came down to meet that extended trend line. This is a pattern that you can buy and sell from. So where do we go from here? Now the price is going up. Where is it going to go to? We take a Fibonacci and we can start from here, or we can move it to where the bodies are. But let's just go down to the trend line and say, if we have completed this movement down, how are we going to retrace back up to its high? And where are we going to meet resistance? Where are points to buy and points to sell? And these lines are called golden. This is called the golden ratio, or we sometimes refer to these 3 lines together as the golden ratio area. And we know that the price is going to come up here, and the first time it's going to be rejected. That's what happened on Friday. The next point of rejection is going to be here. And then it's going to come back down to this line, and that's a place to buy more. And then it will move up to this line, and that's a place to sell. And then it will either go through, and if it doesn't go through, it'll come back down to here again and test. And that's a place to buy more before its eventual retracement to the top. If it fails any of these, where is it going to go? Back down to the trend line, and you will sell your stock as soon as you see failure at any one of these lines. 5 networks a lot last week, and I noticed that the low here, and then the following day's low, and then the following day's low price were all on a straight line. So I asked the software to extend that line to the right, and it showed me where the low point was of the day for Friday. The stock pretty much opened at its low point and moved up and came down and closed the end of the day on that trend line. Gaps. This is a gap in price. We came up to a high and we came back down, and where did we go? We filled right to the bottom of that gap. Then we moved up, couldn't fill this gap here, and then we started down, and I was able to predict where we would stop. Right at 100% and then continued down to 127%. Again, another pattern.